I'm on my way, or at least I will be in a few minutes. I'm about to drive down to Charlottesville. I've gotten all the workshop files prepared for this workshop that I'm doing down there at UVA with Bradley Cantrell. Last week, I was down near the Pocomoke Sound looking at the site with the students and a bit of driving. And we got quite a bit of rain. It was sort of mind-boggling how much rain there was. That was something I had not expected. This week, I hope to show the students some really fun examples. We're going to start at a very large scale and work our way down to site scales that are both a little bit more wild and then looking at urban conditions as well. The episode you're going to see is an example that I've started to build for the students, and it's kind of a coastal resiliency project using LandKit, and we dive into ways that we can manipulate the terrain along the coast. Well, enjoy the example, and I'm gonna go get driving. So my thinking is that we do what I'm calling restorative coastal glamping. Build coastal resilience and habitat through ecotourism installations. Create local revenue through property rental, maintenance, and ecological stewardship. Construct and reinforce more robust ecosystems at the cusp of coastal inundation. Introduce human pathways buffered by heavily planted and articulated borders. Pull local soil from residential and agricultural properties to help build rain gardens that can absorb water and serve as reservoirs or flood protection on a number of properties. So here's the process. I started just by looking at grading, which was really nice to see at this scale. But I didn't know what was really happening. The simple move of bringing in a satellite image was super helpful. One of the first things to jump out was the relationship between soil elevation and the point where it stands, or where stands of trees would emerge. There was one area in particular that I could use as an example. I decided to branch out from the end of the road driveway. At first I was just thinking of a path system. But then I thought, what if you could create a little pad at the end of each branch for a little campsite? So let me show you what the Grasshopper file looks like. Give it a second. It's doing a fair bit of work. Something must be broken here. I'm not sure what's going on. I built this whole thing on a PC, and now I'm not sure why I'm getting the beach ball of doom. There it is. It worked. Okay, what took so long? Let's see. Well, we do have a lot of things going on. Topo took 4 seconds. Cut fill is not needed yet. Something took a really long time. Placing plants. Oh, I remember. I was trying to place plants. I know what I did. And we are going to activate our pseudo plant generator. But I want trees. I want to create trees to fill into this zone. So I will multiply the radius of our trees by, let's see, what are we coming up with? Let's multiply by 10. And we get still some of these quote unquote trees are still fairly small. So I'm gonna actually go to 30 feet. I know maybe that's too. Okay, so now I'm gonna do similar thing for the height. Hit save. And these are pretty big, so I think they'll fill in a little bit more nicely. So let's see how this works. So we can't see the plants yet. We just have to do, let's do export block. information. And we'll do group. I'm going to orient these. Preview. There are our trees. Okay, they're very big, so they don't need to be quite as big. So we'll do 30 feet here, and we'll call this 10, just to see what we come up with. All right, well, that's looking pretty awesome. It's a little hard to see, but if I now do a pack, if I pack those plants in, pack plants, and I'll do 100 steps. I don't need previews of all these things. There we go. How do they compare to these trees? Well, they look actually pretty good size-wise, I think. We can also look at these as 3D plants. Let's do that. Oh, no, that's the location. We want 3D here. Okay. Here we go. Wow. Cooking with oil, as they say. Fascinating reflection. All right, so we are going to add a little bit more density to this. So this is where I'm at now, and I have a few ideas about how this could develop. The initial thought is that we have these pathways that are buffered by vegetation. The vegetation serves as a great ecological amenity. It creates woods, but it also creates habitat. It helps to create resiliency, similar to this area over here. That's why I keep going over here. And then, we have potential campsites, which could be either tents or little glamp pods or whatever. It could, be all kinds of levels. We could face these things out to the water. They could stay more insular as they are now. I think some of the things I'm looking at are how can we take this to the next step. And one of the thoughts I'm having is that linear quality, but it could also have a little bit more variability to it. So that's one thought I'm having is like, what if we made this edge a little bit less regular? Or what if we thought conceptually about plants that went outside of the mound that are just seeded. Another thought, as I mentioned earlier, was what if the pods actually go to these edges? Maybe there are actual kayak launches from the little sites. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please visit landkit.design for more information about Landkit, and I hope you look forward to more kit crashing episodes. Please subscribe, and we'll see you soon.